Welcome back to the Smith Talks, everyone. And in today's episode of Real Talk, we're going to be talking about autism. Now, I've made 2 videos previously of this series about one of the symptoms of it, but I've never made a dedicated video to the topic itself. So back in, if you remember, back in my 2023 year in review video, so nearly 2.5 years ago now, in that video I talked about how I had been to see a mental health professional from March of 2023 to present at the time. And basically, after about 3 months of sessions we'd had, he told me that the problems I've got up here aren't solely down to social anxiety, which is something I already knew I had. I didn't need someone to tell me that. But he suggested that there's a possibility that the other thing that could be affecting the way I act is potentially autism. Now, I know it's very popular, especially this decade, for people to just self-diagnose themselves with whatever mental illness they want. I have not done that. I have never said that I absolutely do have autism. I've always said, since 2023, that I probably have it, but not definite. And it's not like this is something that I'd always thought about, that maybe I have. I literally had never once even considered that I could have autism until 2023. Literally never, not once did I even consider it until 2.5 years ago, when a professional had come to that conclusion. Now, the process for getting diagnosed is an absolute pain in the ass. I explained in my 2023 year in review video that I was sent an online form to complete. I completed it, and then it said that I should receive an email in the next 10 minutes telling me what to do next. I never got that email. I never ever received that email, not at any point. So I thought, I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my time with it. I get why these processes are as much of a pain in the ass as what they are. It's so, not just anyone, it's so people can't just make up stuff to get easily diagnosed with something they might not even have. So, the symptom that I talked about in the previous 2 videos that I've ever mentioned autism is hyper-fixation, which is basically where you can go from being super obsessed with something one day to not even thinking about it at all the next day. It's not that you have a consistent interest in a said thing. It's where you're interested in something, where your interest is up here one day, and then the next day it's down here. And I have definitely felt that about some things over time. But other symptoms of autism that I potentially could have is this one's a bit strange. I thought this was the most normal thing ever. Apparently, hating change is a symptom. Like when I found that out, I was like, really? Hating change is a symptom of autism. That's weird. I thought it was the most normal thing ever. Why wouldn't you hate change? Another one that even more recently I found out is apparently anxiety of the future. Apparently that's also a symptom of autism. I thought that was also a really just normal thing. Why wouldn't you be worried about the future? Well, I guess it depends who you are and what situation you're in, whether you'd be anxious or hopeful or whatever for the future. And I mean, all of my friends have some form of something like autism. Ash definitely has autism. Rowan has autism. Connor has ADHD. I don't know if Che has any of those things, but he very well could. So and of course, back when I was friends with David, he has autism, so I tend to surround myself with people that have these conditions. So is that maybe not a symptom, but like something that's quite common among people with autism? They just gravitate towards other people with it. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to make a dedicated video about this topic. Since I've made 2 previous videos on a very specific symptom of it. But yeah, now finally getting round to the whole thing. Do any of you guys have autism? Or maybe think that you have it? Like the way I think I probably have it, but can't be absolutely certain about it. It would have been so much easier if I'd have just gone through the process of the diagnosis process when I was a kid. It would have been much simpler that way. But as I said, I had zero consideration that was even a possible thing for me. No one really seemed to think. I mean, they said I was different, but they never thought that's what it could potentially be when I was a kid. But that is pretty much all I have. for the 35th episode of Real Talk on autism. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will talk to you in the next one.